Yes. Ah, PT, can you see me?
Very clearly, sir.
Okay. Yes. Good morning, everybody. I'm excited to be part of today's training. I'm so happy that today I speak from my home that I built out of Neolife's money. So my name is Mwebaze. I'm a teacher by profession, a high school teacher. When I left Makerere University, I had a degree in mathematics and economics. I thought I was going to get a job that was paying. Little did I know that jobs were not available, because I remember the job I got was just paying me $52. That is 200,000 plus a transport of 50. I worked for 2 years. Then the third year, I saw there was no improvement, and I decided to ask my friend who were together in the room. I told him, do you know, why can't we find something we can do in our free time so as we can make some extra income? And then there was a meeting in Kampala. They invited us to go and attend a session. Reaching there, I was so motivated by people. I had stories of people like P.T. Andrew, Janet, Jesse. I said, if this business has transformed so many people's lives, why not me? And my question was always, if a lawyer, an engineer, a doctor can do this opportunity, and some of them were placed in better positions, then I said, why not me, a teacher who does not even have hope? Because I didn't have hope. I knew teachers retire, they can work, they retire when they have not saved money. For me, because I'd done economics, I could speculate what's going to happen in the future. I said, I do not want to wait until I retire. I should start my business now so that I don't have to regret. And I remember in my first months, um, I sat. The other person who sponsored me maybe lost focus, but I met a wonderful gentleman, Mr. Andrew Bugembe. When he saw me, he said, Amim, you look to be serious, and I'm going to work with you so that you achieve your dreams. And he told me, what you are going to do, just make your dream chart. Get a dream chart so that you have a reason why you are doing business. And I got papers, I went into magazines, I got a dream chart, and I said, maybe I want travel. I got a plane, I put it on the chart. I put a family of 6 children. I put a car, I put a land, I put rental houses, I put a mosque, I put a house, I put so many things, about 10 of them. Then I started working. Can you imagine, before I entered Neolife, whenever I left school, I could waste time. I could enter. I'm a sportsman. Whenever they say Manchester is going to play, and it's going to play maybe at 4, by 2, I'm already preparing to enter the Chubanda, that place where they show matches. You find from 2 up to around 7, I'm just watching football. I had no dreams, I had no focus. And the salary they gave me in school, I could eat it within just 1 week. I could eat it in just 1 week. The other weeks, I could suffer. I could even call my mom in the village, please send me money. I have no money. But let me tell you, when I got into Neolife business, my life totally transformed, because what I did was to start planning for my time. I said, come mbaya mbaya, I need to make sure that I do my business seriously. I started not to waste my time. And how did I do it? Because they told me if you can give in just 2 hours a day, just 2 hours, I could go to school, I teach. At exactly 4, I end my lessons. Then I come for training. I attend training. Then after training, I go back home. Then I go through what I'd learned. Then I went back to school. Sometimes I could even, before I start my lessons, I started practicing on my students. I say, I'm going to give you just 10 minutes. I share with you what I have for you. I teach them nutrition. So I started practicing presenting from my students. Then I remember I went to my boss. I also shared with her about cleaning products. And she told me, Amim, you are wasting time. Why can't you concentrate on the school so that we can have more children here? Then we shall increase your salary. I said, my boss, I have no problem, but I am going to do both of them so that I do my business. I also market your school. I remember she bought a bowl of care. So I started my business from just selling a bed because I didn't have capital. But when we were joining Makerere University, we bought beds, we put them in the room. Then I told my roommate, for him, he was teaching alongside studies. So he had capital to register. But for me, I didn't have capital. But as the course was winding up, I talked to the landlady. She was a brown lady. I said, I have my bed and I want shift. I need some capital. I told her, I need money. Can you give me money? Because I don't want, because the beds were fitting in the room. I said, I don't want to take these beds. Give me money. He said, come next semester when students are coming back, I'll give you the money. So I went, but I could not leave Kampala. When she took my beds during holiday, I couldn't leave Kampala because I could check on her every time. I could go check in the rooms whether my beds are still there because I badly needed capital to start. I could go check those beds. So I could count how many days I remain because she promised me when the semester is starting. I could go check. When the semester started, I didn't even wait for a week to elapse. I said, let me go and pick my money. Let me tell you, when I went, the lady gave me money. I was excited. I didn't even pick any single coin. I went, gave that guy money, and then the following day I saw him with the kit, and I started reading those magazines. I admired people in the magazine. I said, one day I should be in the magazine. One day I should be on a plane. One day they should be recognizing me. I started business seriously. I could not give extras. When I'm not in the training center, I'm at a school. When I'm not at school, I'm in the training center. There is one day we could walk from training center. I remember one day I didn't even have transport, but I could walk from home to the training center with my downline. There is someone I sponsored who resembled me. Sometimes PT could find us and say, Amim, you remember Hakim, because we could put on the same clothes. We could walk together, we could eat together, and life was really good. Then one day we were at Makerere University. We are sat down in the compound, enjoying together. Then there are guys who found us and said, you people, what are you doing? Because for us, we are prospecting in the university, teaching people And then they said, you people, what are you doing here? We said, we are tired. We are just relaxing here. Then they said, you people, there are people are doing research here, and there are people who came and store computers in the university. What you need to do, you just vacate this place. But because we are still prospecting, we are collecting numbers of those who were sat in the compound. We relaxed, and then they picked us. They took us somewhere for a day, and we stayed there. And then the following morning, they released us, and then we went back to the training center with the vigor. Because for me, I knew one day this business is going to change my life. I could not give an excuse, even when we were kept somewhere because they found us in the compounds of university after, because we had already finished university. So I want to tell you that business has really transformed my life, really transformed my life, just from selling my bed, getting committed to transform my life, because my desire was one day I should be financially free. My desire was one day I'm also going to travel like my uplines, because whenever PTN would say that we are going Turkey, there is a time when we are in training center, and he said, how many times are you going to miss $1 million shilling? How many times are you going to miss travel? When people are going for vacation, and for you, you're going to be missing how many times? And that one could come in my mind. I said, what can I do? I need to travel. What can I do? I need to earn that 1 million shilling, because as a teacher, earning 1 million shilling by that time was something that could transform my life, could transform my life. Then I started, I put effort, I put energy. Then I took my step to what we call a senior manager. And then my upline PT Andrew said, because he had said, Hamimu, the moment you become a senior manager, number one, I'm going to give you a diary. I'm going to give you a product. I'm going to recognize you. I was so happy. He gave me a diary, and I've kept my diary after up to now. I still have it. He gave me a product. I remember the first product he gave me was CNN. When I came from school, I was really tired. I looked like an old muzei. I was tired. I had no energy. I remember there is one day I was moving back home, but I forgot about my direction. I found myself taking another direction. But when I took Trianen, the laziness came out of me. I started moving faster. I started walking like a gentleman. The other laziness of teaching went away. I started speaking to people with vigor. So I got my first commission. I'm telling you, that commission, about $85, really motivated me. I was really happy. I also got profits was $53. That was amazing to me as a teacher, because it was extra income. Then I went on within a couple of months, like 6 months. I went through those steps of senior manager, executive manager. I remember as a senior manager, my income was about 600 something. But to me, my interest was becoming a director. I didn't want to, and people would, whenever they would say manager, senior manager, for me, I could remain seated, because my dream was $1 million. My dream was about, I wanted $1 million shillings, because I was excited to earn about $500. That was point of focus. So after about 6 months, I became a director, and my income was about $370. I was really excited, because I really asked myself how many teachers of my age were earning such money. I was excited. and I was really motivated. And initially at home, everybody was negative, except my dad, who kept quiet, my mom, who kept quiet. But out of 16 children, they were negative. They said, this boy, instead of getting a payroll job as a teacher, he's just there lousy. But they didn't know what I was doing. They didn't know. For them, they had never come for training. They were assuming that I was doing nothing. So some of them didn't even want to greet me. They didn't want to see me. They could reach my dad and say, your son is in Kampala doing nothing. But for me, I was focused. And I said, I'm going to do my business so that I prove to them that the business really works. And out of my dreams, I said, let me first, number one was to get married. And on my introduction, I invited them, and my parents came, and they were motivated. They were surprised. They asked, where did you get the money? Because they knew I was doing nothing. They knew I was suffering. But when they came for introduction at Fang Fang, I took my party to these Chinese. And I was happy that Neolife friends, my PTs, Mom Andrew, PT Janet, and the rest were part of my introduction, and my parents were so happy. They were really happy. So my brothers who were in the village, who thought I was doing nothing, now they started respecting me because I didn't ask them money. Then secondly, I said, now that I have a wife and my dream is to have 6 children, we need to buy a plot of land and then build in Kampala. And I started depositing money, started in Mpola, and where I am today, I'm not renting, I'm in my home. I open my gate, and when I'm going the village, I close, no one disturbs me. And that one was also achieved. By the way, this project, I did it in COVID, just 2 years. 2022, I was still renting, but right now I'm in my home. I did it faster because I wanted to show people that Neolife really works. And actually, people who are around me, they ask, whose house is that? Sometimes I tell them it's for my boss because they look at my age, having a house around Kampala. They wonder. Then another issue is about travel. When I joined, I saw people going many places. Then for me, my question was always, where am I going? A teacher. Because my travel was from home to the school. Then from school back to my room in Kampala. And that room was also not mine because every time the landlord was always on me because I could not get money to pay landlord. The money was little. From teaching, I couldn't pay landlord well, I couldn't eat well, I couldn't dress well, airtime was a problem, transport was. So sometimes some things I could dodge, but when I did my business very well, that issue is now coming to pass because that issue disturbed me. Paying a landlord was really a problem to me. And that is why I worked hard to build my house and also become a landlord, because I have a room on my house that every month brings to me some money. Yes, like that. And then the issue of travel. So now you ask yourself, a teacher from 200,000, from from just $53, where will you go? Where will you go? Which plane? Because a ticket is how much? Then is sleeping in a 5-star hotel. My first trip was going to Nairobi for events, then going to Dar es Salaam, I've gone to Nairobi many times because for me, the first trip at the border, I didn't know that it was just a place like any other place. I thought there was something constructed on the border that you have to reach there and then they open for you, then you enter, no one sees the other side. But when I went for my first trip to Nairobi, I looked at the border, the way it was. Then we went up to Nairobi. The hospitality of the people in Nairobi, the seriousness of the people in Nairobi. I saw fellow teachers, lecturers who were doing fantastic work. Then I said, if these lecturers can do the business, why not me, just a mere teacher with a single degree? Then I came back with a lot of enthusiasm to work. And then from there, I worked hard. I developed a director in my team. Then I became what we call Sapphire Director. And my income went around $1,000. That is close to 3.7 million shillings. And then the company invited me to go to Dubai. During COVID-19, went to Dubai with PT Andrew and the rest, PT Janet and the rest, and really, they welcomed me. My first experience was on the door. I could use these cards. I didn't know how to use it. They gave me a card. Even entering a lift where you had to use a card, I didn't know how to use it. I had to go back to the reception and ask them. I don't have the key. They said, you are going to use that card. Then I said, come and help me. Then they went. I saw them putting the key. And then when we opened the room, the screen was welcome, Mr. I still have it on my laptop. Welcome, Mr. Mwebaze, Hamimu. Yeah. It got me crazy. I said, look at the kind of lifestyle, a teacher who was eating posho and beans, enjoying. Then from there, we were invited to Durban, South Africa, and life was really, really fantastic because when we went to Indian Ocean, I'm telling you, it was amazing. We had PT Andrew, we had Maggie Mom. They gave me a room that was really fantastic. We went up to Indian Ocean. We had photos, we had fun. And then I remember that spa. I can't forget about it. The spa that those ladies did me a fantastic spa. I really enjoyed. I don't know how the sleep came, but I really enjoyed. Then from there, they invited us to Turkey. I went Turkey, but what amazed me is that when we are getting our visas, people were trying to joke around us. But when they knew it was Neolife, they said, you people come and pick your visas. We went up to Turkey, Istanbul. We went up to Asia, Europe. We went on water. We enjoyed the lifestyle on water. And I was really happy. So my question was, if a teacher, suppose someone didn't invite me to look at this opportunity, where could my life be? I would imagine myself being in the village, just digging, being in the village, just maybe asking for my parents to give me maybe money. But because of Neolife, I was in Turkey, I was in Durban, I was in Dubai. And this year, in the month of May on 11th up to 14th, we are going to be in Mauritius. So if you are here, I want you to go and ask some teachers in your area, how many teachers are enjoying lifestyle like Hamimu, who had to sell his bed to travel. So ladies and gentlemen, I can say Neolife has answered my prayers, has really answered it. And it was one of the best decisions I've made in my life. I've never seen teacher, because I've been moving, and I look at fellow teachers at my area. Some people are worried. Some people, they're asking themselves, some of it, there is a teacher who was calling his boss that the money you gave me is little, is not enough. Send me some money. Some teachers are yet to call their bosses to send them transport. But the decision I made to start Neolife is such a fantastic one. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't look back. And whenever you decide, do the business. Don't look back, don't give excuses. Success does not allow excuses. You either give excuses, or you decide to pay the price. And I can't forget what my upline, my role model PT Andrew says: you either play now or you work later, or you work now and you play later. So it is you to decide. Work now, because for me, I know by 55, by 60, I'm going to be just enjoying my life like mom and the PTs. I'm just going to be enjoying, because I want to work now. I work now so that by around 50, 60, like the bitaturis you hear in Uganda, then they will say, Hamimu, Charles Bolton of Uganda, because I have to do my business up to 5 diamond director, and I have no excuse. I just pray to God that he keeps me alive, kicking, because for me, I have no excuse. I have to do business. So, ladies and gentlemen, I've made friends, I've got knowledge, I've become better, the person I become, because I could even fear to speak to people. But today, talking is now my hobby, making friends. Neolife has brought me to the table recognitions. I cannot thank my leaders who have mentored me. Really, you've done a great work. My uplines, I've got good friends. Friends of benefit. Can you imagine you are here and the mom gives you a call, PT Andrew gives you a call. You can see when I went, I met the founders of the company CEO. Who am I? A teacher. Rico Brown, Charles Bolton. If a meme who was struggling can do Neolife opportunity, why not you? Why not you? For sure. And what do you lose if you do Neolife part-time? So that in the next 2 to 5 years, you can also have an income of more than 4 million, 5 million coming, because we have seen people who are doing it part-time. They are doing it part-time. You lose nothing by doing Neolife part-time. And you lose if you don't do it, because you remain on a single income, because you have a lot of dreams and you need more money. You need to secure your future. Use the products, because going in the hospital is very expensive. My mom, that is the last testimony. My mom went to Malago. They found her pressure was about 150 something. Then I said, don't worry. I gave her supplements. Then when she went back, her pressure was normal. Why can't you use the products? Ladies and gentlemen, let me end here. Thank you so much for listening to me. If a meme can use can do the business and become successful, anyone here can do it. You can do it better. I wish you all the best.